In a Dallas Cowboys offseason full of scrutiny and expectations, one name is rising from under the radar to command the spotlight. Brevyn Spann-Ford. The undrafted rookie out of Minnesota has quickly become one of the most talked about surprises at Cowboys minicamp. While most of the attention at tight end was supposed to center on established starter Jake Ferguson and second-year player Luke Schoonmaker, it's Spann-Ford who's been stealing the show with a commanding presence and undeniable momentum. From the moment he stepped onto the practice field in Oxnard, the 6'7", 270-pound tight end looked different. And not just because of his imposing size, though that certainly helps. It's been the way he's carried himself, the way he's attacked every drill, and perhaps most impressively, how he's started to earn first-team reps during minicamp sessions. According to Cowboys offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, Spann-Ford hasn't just made a good impression, he's forced his way into the conversation. He had an incredible offseason, he really did, Schottenheimer said via Fort Worth Star-Telegram's Nick Harris. The size alone, he moves really well. I think he added 6 or 7 pounds of lean muscle mass. This guy is not just a run blocker and a pass protector. This guy can be a weapon. That's not coach speak. That's a declaration. Spann-Ford's emergence isn't about being a camp body or a fun story. It's about real potential and real competition in a position group many thought was already settled, from undrafted to unmissable. It wasn't long ago that Spann-Ford's NFL future seemed uncertain. After going undrafted in April, he landed in Dallas with little fanfare. But the Cowboys saw something, a frame built for blocking and red zone dominance, and a collegiate resume that hinted at untapped upside. At Minnesota, Spann-Ford wasn't a stat-stuffing tight end, but he was a consistent contributor in a run-heavy offense. His best season came in 2022 when he hauled in 42 catches for 497 yards. Over his career, he tallied 1,061 yards as a reliable option for the Golden Gophers. He also appeared in all 17 games for the Cowboys last season, albeit primarily as a depth piece, recording 9 receptions for 88 yards. But now, with a full offseason under his belt, he's beginning to rewrite his NFL story. The coaches are buying in. What's separating Spann-Ford now is more than just numbers. It's mindset. The thing I loved about Brev from day one is you knew that this wasn't too big for him, Schottenheimer continued. You knew mentally that he knew, I belong here. It doesn't matter how I got here, I belong here. That quiet confidence has translated into a relentless work ethic. Whether it's running crisp routes, sealing blocks on the edge, or lining up against top defenders, Spann-Ford is taking every rep seriously, and that commitment isn't going unnoticed. He's pushing Jake, he's pushing Luke, he's pushing all those guys, Schottenheimer added. He's already made the jump. He's another guy that when he puts the pads on, you're going to see it on the field. A legitimate contender in a crowded room, make no mistake. Jake Ferguson still has the starting job. The third-year man out of Wisconsin was rock solid in 2023 and remains a favorite target for Dak Prescott, especially in tight spaces. Luke Schoonmaker, meanwhile, brings high draft pedigree and untapped athleticism. But Spann-Ford is the wild card, the kind of player who, if he keeps up this level of performance through training camp and preseason, could force the Cowboys to rethink their depth chart. His size alone makes him an enticing red zone option, matching up against linebackers and safeties. Good luck. There's a real possibility that Dallas could weaponize him in specific packages, perhaps even grooming him to be a future TE1 if development continues. What comes next? Off-season standouts don't always translate to regular season contributors. The pads haven't come on yet. The contact hasn't started. But if Spann-Ford can keep stacking days and impressing when the intensity ratchets up, he's going to make it nearly impossible for the coaching staff to cut or stash him. In a league where size, strength, and versatility at tight end are more valuable than ever, Brevyn Spann-Ford may just be the prototype for the modern era. Underappreciated, underestimated, and now undeniably rising. So don't be surprised if, come September, you hear his name more often in the red zone, on third downs, and in big moments. Because right now in Dallas, Brevyn Spann-Ford isn't just a minicamp story, he's a legitimate contender, and if this trajectory holds, he might become one of the most unexpected success stories on a team with Super Bowl aspirations.